Good morning, and what's going on, you guys? The Washington Commanders coming away with a 21-6 win over the New York Giants. Good Lord, might as well be New England. This game, this was so fun because there were moments where the Commanders looked so dominant and so much better than the Giants that it wasn't even fun anymore. But overall, today we're going to bring you the Commanders' latest news in our video for the Commanders. So let's jump into it. So yes, like we covered, 21-6 was the final score and everything. And the Commanders, like we touched on, looked every bit of dominant, or every bit as dominant as we kind of expected them to be. But I mean, it almost wasn't fair, to be honest with you, because at the start of it, Jayden Daniels, obviously, he was Jayden Daniels, 19 of 30 for 233 and a touchdown, as well as also had 11 carries for 68 yards. So that in and of itself was awesome. But you also had guys like Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, JCM, that we knew was going to come in and have himself a day. Debo Samuel looked pretty good. Overall, I had over 90 yards on the day, as well as a 96, I believe, and a touchdown. And this was really all without the impact of Terry McLaurin. Like, yeah, he had 2 for 27, but this offense could get so much better. Plus, the defensive line just balled out. And let's not forget, this Giants pass rush is nasty. And to my knowledge, I believe that the Giants were only able to muster a couple of sacks. I think 3 on the day. Brian Burns looked pretty good, but overall, like, there were times where it looked like Jayden Daniels was just running around in the school play yard, like he didn't need to, or playground, excuse me. He really didn't need to do a whole lot. And so I think that just from what you saw from what the Commanders yesterday, I think it's going to be very, very telling of what we're going to see all season long. And that is, this team is dominant and it can do a lot of different things, and it can make you pay in a lot of different ways. So really good to see that from the Commanders, just top to bottom defensively. They look pretty good as well. So, as far as, the news segment, starting out with, hey, the fact that they get some things done, that's just fantastic. Oh, so you got to give it the credit to the Giants, excuse me, too. I just got New England on the brain today, but um, there is a rumor going around that apparently Jane Daniels talks too much. Now, this was according to Brian Birds. There was a quote from him. I believe this was, there were a couple of different reporters on this, but this was obviously they were in the locker room, and that it is what it is. But overall, this is what he said. So he talk a lot. This was Brian Burns, by the way. Cool dude, but he talk a lot. I don't like it. I don't want to talk to you. So again, Brian Burns, couple of sacks, look good. All it is what it is. But at the same time, it's like, well, fine. Like he doesn't have to talk. He can just play. It is what it is. Like he's just salty because they lost. Let's be real about it. But at the same time, it's funny when you can see quarterbacks trying to get in other players' head. Like Cam Newton, you can't tell me Cam Newton was not hilarious. Come on, Cam Newton was awesome. But it is what it is. Also, Brian Burns saying that, hey, honestly, they just whooped us point blank. There's no other way to say it. And I commend Brian Burns for saying that, because a lot of people, or a lot of players rather, would just kind of want to be, come out and say, oh, we didn't execute, give you the cookie cutter answers, if you will. But Brian Burns coming out and just being honest, yeah, is fantastic. He also continued, their front five came with a plan and executed it perfectly. We couldn't get home, couldn't generate pressure consistently. You have to give them their props. They controlled the game from the first snap. Like we said, I really appreciate the fact that uh, he's able to give the Commanders their flowers, because it is a rivalry, and I understand that. But apparently, Jane Daniels talks too much, and they weren't able to get home. So really good to see there from the Commanders. Now, also JCM, we need to talk about Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. So we understand that he is a rookie, and it's really easy for us to get overexcited about things. We do that all the time, right? But 10 carries, 82 yards, and a tutty could mean that this kid could be something special. Now, again, I also understand that it's the first game of the season. Jayden Daniels is clearly going to get a lot of the workload and a lot of the carries. But what you want to do from the standpoint of running the football, JCM helps you out with. And I don't think anybody can necessarily debate that. So the fact that JCM came out and absolutely dominated, 10 for 82, he was targeted in pass with a pass as well, but it was incomplete. But like we said, he doesn't need to be the guy. I mean, you got Austin Eckler, you got Jeremy McNichols, who actually provide a little bit of juice too. But you have 3 running backs, and JCM looking like he might actually be a fantasy sleeper. And that's not us just being hyperbolic either. Like, that is something that looked really, really good. Another hot topic from the latest news. How good can this defense be? Because you talk about how Dorrance Armstrong and Deron Payne got sacks yesterday, but Bobby Wagner was everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. Jeremy Reeves had that forced fumble, as well. And it looks as though this team can keep guys in the pocket. It can chase them down, and it could be a dangerous team moving forward. Like if you handle the Giants like this with that pass rush, I think that your concerns about the Commanders' offensive line are pretty much out the window at this point. So I think that was a good thing so far. So overall, yes, like we said, it is just 1 week and it is just one game against your NFC East rival. But the Commanders coming out with a 21-6 win over the New York Giants. Let us know what you guys think. What were some things that you guys noticed, and what was your favorite things about us? Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below. And we'll see you on the next video.